Hi everyone, I'm Lisa Crine, and today on Crine Cam we are finishing up our three-part series on Videoscribe. Now if you didn't watch part 1 or part 2, you may want to go back and watch those. It teaches you a little bit about the basics and how to animate things. Today we're really just talking about tying it all together, producing it, and sharing it if you want to have really good quality video. So if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2, check those out now. If not, let's go ahead and dive in. Now, to get started, let me show you a snippet of a video that I created recently using Videoscribe. This described the health insurance at our company. It's about 20 to 30 seconds. I want to show it to you now so you can understand what I mean when I say I increase the production value. So I'm going to pop it on the screen right now.
I'm a traditional guy myself. We pay a higher premium, and in return, we have lower deductible.
I'm the opposite. Me and the kids just don't get sick that often, so I love the lower cost of the basic plan.
Medical debt can really change a person's life, and it's so important to have health insurance to protect yourself from that risk.
Now, the reason I'm making this video is to show you the tools that I use to get there, to get that kind of video. So that's why we're going to talk about the hardware that I use and the two programs that I use to get great quality audio and then to put it all together. So I'm going to be here really briefly. I'm actually going to fade out my face for most of this video because I want to show you the software that I use, and I'm going to be hopping between programs quite a bit. But I do want to mention a couple of things. Number one, none of these are going to be real deep dives into the software that I use. It's really just an overview and a mention of the type of things that I'm using to get that really good production quality. I would say you need to be a little bit tech savvy to learn to use these programs. And one of the reasons I'm not going into a deep dive is because things like Camtasia, which is a video editing program, there are entire channels on YouTube dedicated to teaching you how to use Camtasia. It would take me way too long today. So I will link a couple of videos down below that if you're interested in learning Camtasia or Audacity, there'll just be some beginner videos that teach you how to do that. Now, the first thing and what you'll see behind me is my setup for audio quality, what I get really good results with. I am going to link all of these products down below in the comments. These are things I've actually purchased from Amazon. I've been thrilled with them. And it really has helped get great audio quality when we are recording these professional videos for my company. So every link to the actual products that I purchased is down below. Now, if there ever comes a time that this video is out and you notice that a link is broken, please let me know in the comments and I will find that product again and re-link it. So no deep dive into either Audacity or Camtasia, and all the links are below for all that hardware that I use to get great audio. So with that, let's get started. So the picture on the screen right now is my setup where I get really great quality audio. So let me tell you exactly what you're looking at. Now, the first thing is the one that looks like a mini soundproof room that kind of wraps around. That's called a microphone isolation stand. Bought it off Amazon, best 75 bucks I ever spent. If you were to record in a room that doesn't have a lot of furniture, things get echoey really quickly. Now, underneath that is about a $15 mic that I purchased. And it has, as you can see, a red cable coming out of the back of it. And you'll notice that that red cable is connected to a splitter that's connected to my computer. Now, the splitter I purchased separately. And again, I've linked to both of these in the comments below. I think the splitter was $5.99 and the microphone was about $15.99. The newer version of the microphone might come with a splitter, so if you're looking into getting this, hold off on purchasing that splitter. The reason you have to have it, and you can't just plug that red in directly into the computer, and it took me a really long time to figure this out. I would plug it in and I would get no sound. The jack on your computer is really built for headphones. So the reason that you need to use this splitter, and you can see that I have a green end unplugged, and if I wanted to plug headphones or speakers in, I would plug it in there. It just tells the computer, hey, you are recording microphone here. This is not just a pair of headphones. So you do need that splitter to be able to get that microphone to be read by the computer. Now, the thing in front of the microphone is called a pop filter. What that is it really helps your audio so you don't get those p and those t sounds. So and when you record this, you need to be pretty close to the microphone. Your face needs to be really close to it. And when you get that close, if you make some of those harsh noises, your voice, the air coming out of your mouth will make pops on the microphone. So what the pop filter does is it basically dissipates the air, and it helps you not get those pops, and you get really, really good audio from it. This was, I don't know, between $5 and $10. It was really cheap. And then you can see my computer. I have a program called Audacity open, and I'll show you that on the screen in a moment. But what I do is at the top, there's a round button with a little red circle on it, and that's the record button. And once I have this all hooked up, we have our script in front of us, we hit record, and we start recording. And this really gives us great high quality audio, and it just sounds wonderful. It's really high production value. And when you're making these professional videos for a company, yeah, in the other videos I said a pair of headphones would be great, but this even takes it up a level for under $100. I mean, really, that's what you're looking at spending here. Audacity is free. The main thing that you're purchasing is the microphone isolation stand, $75. The microphone and that little cable and the pop filter are maybe $25 all put together. So you can get really nice quality audio, and especially if you're looking to do more videos like this in the future, this is a setup that you should consider purchasing, and you should just have in your arsenal to be able to record that great audio. Now, the program that I use to get really great audio is called Audacity. It's this program right here that we're looking at, and I'm recording my voice on it right now. So all I did to record my voice was I downloaded Audacity from the internet, and I will give you the link below for that. And then I tapped the record button that's kind of at the top left. Right underneath that, you can see it says microphone, and then in parentheses it says Realtek High, and what you don't see, it says definition, and there's a little bit more there. You just have to make sure that you're using the right microphone and that it's reading the microphone that you plugged into the jack, and not the microphone like if you're on a laptop like I am, that's the laptop microphone. You're going to get much better audio quality if you use that microphone jack. So whenever you're ready to stop the recording, you simply hit the stop button at the top. It's about 3 in from the left. It really just records good audio so that you can focus on reading a script, and then it's just a matter of file saving and file exporting. Now, one of the reasons I really like Audacity is because you can do something that's called noise reduction under effect. This is the only thing I use Audacity for, and it's wonderful. So I'm going to get over to the beginning right here, and I'm going to take about 3 or 4 seconds. It's actually more than that. But what this is this is just the background noise. So this is my air conditioner in my house, and just the sound of ambient air. It's just the sound that the microphone picks up that's not me. I'm going to go to Effect, and I'm going to go to Noise Reduction, and I'm going to say Get Noise Profile. And it's basically going to read the background noise right here. So now I'm going to zoom out right here, this guy. Sorry, I had a brain fart. And now that I've gotten the noise profile, what I'm going to do is I am going to select all of my audio here. And I'm going to go again to Effect, back to Noise Reduction. And instead of saying Get Noise Profile, I'm going to come down to step 2, and I'm just going to say OK. Now, what I just did was I basically cut out all of the background noise. So I cut out the ambient sounds and I cut out the air. So now I'm going to go ahead, and you can cut from here too. So if I just want to kind of go backwards and delete, I'm going to click back and I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard, and it deleted everything in front of that point. Now, if I want to delete this little bit at the end, I can highlight it and hit delete, and it deletes that. So now it's just a matter of exporting. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the beginning. And remember, I got my noise profile, and then I basically removed all that background noise. I'm going to say File. First, I'm going to say Save Project. And it's reminding me, hey, this is an Audacity project. This is not, you're just saving the project here. You're not actually exporting audio. So I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to call this Explanation audio, and that's just going to save it as a .aup file, which is an Audacity project. Now I'm going to click save. When I'm ready to export it, to import it to video editing software, just to get that audio, I go to File, I go to Export, and then I choose which one of these to use. I like exporting as a WAV file. So I'm going to leave this called explanation audio. I'm going to put it just on the desktop, and I'm going to say save. And now it's going to ask me, is there anything that you want to add, like a track title? I don't want to do any of that. I'm just going to leave everything blank and say okay. And it's going to run through and export it very quickly. So now if I were to go to my desktop, I would see that WAV file ready to import into any video editing software that I had. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about, and I'm just putting a screenshot up, is called Camtasia. This is going to feel like I totally blow through this, but there are so many videos out there for how to use Camtasia, and it's such a robust program. It's really not worth it for me to try to explain it. I will absolutely link down below some individuals who do a much better job than I have, and it's not worth it for me to rewrite the wheel when they've done such a great job. So I basically pulled in all my files. So at the very bottom, you see track 1. These are all of the exports from Videoscribe. So what these are just the AVI files. When I showed you how to export an AVI file, that's what these are. So I made a multitude of them for a health insurance video that we ran this year at my company, and they're all at the bottom. I've pulled them in. Now on track 2, that middle line, remember how I just showed you how to export from Audacity? That is the line that has all of that audio that's been exported. So on that track 2, it's just simple audio that we recorded from different individuals and cut it all together. And in my case, I've got lots of little cuts. But what this would normally look like is one very long audio file if you could get it to line up perfectly with your video files that came out of Audacity. And then on track 3, I like to have an instrumental background. So I like to have maybe some corporate, I always look for royalty-free music, like corporate music. And you have to make sure that it's commercial use also. So you can't just have personal use royalty-free music. You need to be searching Google for commercial use royalty-free music if you are going to show this anywhere or do anything with it in a corporate setting at a company. Personal use only is really if you're only using it for personal use. You're not going to be monetizing it in any way. So you can always add more tracks. So above track 3, if I were to scroll up on that bottom, I could add little call outs, like little arrows or little circles if I wanted to circle something on the screen. And you can continue to layer on top of that. But in this case, I've got those 3 tracks. Now, up in the top left-hand corner is called my media bin. And this is where I've just pulled everything in. So I have video files here, I have audio files here, I may have photo files here. They all just kind of live up there in that media bin. And then the main part of the screen where it says employee, family, save, employee, spouse, employee, children. If I were to hit play right now, it would play from that point in the video. And this is where you're really in editing mode. So this was really, I know that I flew through, again, this was full disclosure what I use to create the videos. There are channels on YouTube dedicated to how to use Camtasia and Audacity, and they dedicate all their time to exactly how to use it. I will link some of those channels and some of the best videos for it below. They've invented the wheel, and they've done a great job at it. They spend all their time doing it, and I just don't think that I could do a better job than they do. So I am going to link those below. I just wanted to, full disclosure, show you how I get really good production quality out of these videos. Now, if you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd be happy to help. Like I said at the beginning, this is a process that took a really long time for me to figure out exactly what hardware I needed and software I needed and how to use it. The reason I'm making this video series is to help people like you get a better grasp of it faster than I did, because it took a really long time and lots of trial and error to get this kind of quality. So I have linked all of the programs that I use in the description box. I've linked all the hardware that I use down in the description box. And I've given you a little bit more information about what I talked about today down there as well. So please check that description box. It's really vital for this video because I give you great tools to get started. I am so glad that you tuned in with me to learn how to use Videoscribe to create these whiteboard animation videos. And thanks for watching this video to learn to make that production quality just a little bit higher. Videoscribe is such a great tool. It's great for teachers. It's great for businesses. It's great for personal use. It's great for YouTubers. It's just a really fun program to learn to use, and I encourage you to try it out. If you liked this series and want to see more, consider subscribing to this channel. It helps me reach more people just like you, and it lets you know as I put tech training, tips, and tricks videos out on a regular basis. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. I enjoyed this video series so much. Have a wonderful day.